just demanding.
It's fine.
It's not okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Skynet, and I'm here with my buddy Adam. And someone has requested for him to do a profile on his Gear Chronicle deck. It's actually really good. It won in our locals tonight, and he's going to profile it like a champ. Take it away.
Alright, so Gear Chronicle. Kind of standard, it's going to be a Chronojet build because, next stage is the best card in the deck, easily. Let's start out simply with the grade 1s because, best card. Stride deck, you need Stride and you're dying. 4 Steam Breath Dragons, you need 4. You really don't win without striding. I mean, you can win on Chronojet's Generation Break 2, but you really want to stride first, guaranteed. You can have Chronojet, even though you have Bally to possibly get it, possibly not. Then I play 4 Steam Maiden Arlem. Arlem is an unflipper perfect guard. People are like, oh, what about Dimension Police and Laurel and Dragonic Overlord at the end, hitting my rear guards and stuff? Doesn't matter. Never mattered. Counterblasts are the most important thing that you have in your deck, in any deck. And this unflips one for you for free. All you need to do is have one in the drop zone. Really easy to do. And unflipping is too good to play something else. I know people like it and stuff, but also my deck is very counterblast heavy, and we'll get to that later. Then I play 4 of, I don't even remember his name, the unflipper for Chronojet for free. Like I said before, counterblast, unflipping counterblast, incredibly good, incredibly important, and
incredibly broken.
Oh yeah, and this makes every time you stride on top of Chronojet, you just bottom deck something for free. What could you want more? All right, then I got 1 GG. I talked a lot with my friends about it. Initially, I had 2, but this is searchable with almost half the deck. So 1 GG. What my play is normally is to, as like turn 1, go in from a upstream dragon into GG. At rest, Soul Blast 2, get that nice draw. Then next turn, go into a Fate Rider and turn this GG right back into an upstream. And then give the upstream 3k, so if I use its effect, it's 16,000 unboosted. And then this has been testing the best, another one of, because again, the grade 1s are almost all searchable in the deck. A Gear Wolf, this makes good numbers with a grade 3 if you have to call it. As long when you bottom deck one thing, it makes good numbers with the upstream dragon. You can toss it behind Chronojet for a next stage turn, and it makes amazing numbers. It makes that nice 26 unboosted, and those are 14 grade 1s, and that's what I play on the grade 1s. Alright, grade 2s. Personally, I don't like boosters. I never get boosters. I love cards that can attack unboosted. 4 upstream. This card you really want to see by the time you first stride. It's not one place. I hate one placed cards that are Generation Break. I do not play Glimmer Breath. Glimmer Breath is a terrible card. And it's Generation Break, one place, which means it is absolutely dead in your hand for 3 turns. And the early game is the most important part of this entire format right now. You really need to be able to do something early, which is why I play 4 Relic Master. Counterblast heavy, incredibly counterblast heavy. But this allows you to actually do something turn 2. Oh look, Judge Bow. Go to the bottom of the deck. Go away. You can call it later, but I'd rather you call that than a better grade 1. And it's not pressure the second you ride your grade 3. What else? The deeply starters. Starters are the most important things in this entire game right now. All the starters are good. We've got the Great Nature starter, which makes every Vanguard attack Generation Break a threat. We have Brawlers, which actually killed your starter, so that's the only one that really doesn't matter. Royal Paladins, you just want to disrupt their field as much as possible. What other decks are kind of... Barmaid for Amon. That thing has to go immediately. And this deck is almost completely Generation Break, so you really need something. Plus, I actually made a top 8 of the New York Regionals, and I played 4 Berserk Dragon because it gives Kagro that early push. So I'm very partial to it. And then I played 3 Amber, 1's common, unfortunately. One of my friends actually keeps forgetting to give them to me. because she owes me. But this card is fantastic. It's searchable. If you call the Chronojet on Flipper guy, he basically just, you bottom deck something for free on that turn you call. It allows you to speed up and catch things. It's so much better than Glimmer Breath. Yes, you need a booster to really attack the Vanguard, but you're really going to attack a rear guard with this thing anyway. Especially, it just gives you other bottom deck capabilities. Again, it's not on place, so you can call it early and then use it later. It's a threat early, it's a threat later, and I play 11 grade 2s. Grade 3s are pretty standard. Not much else in a Chronojet build. For Chronojet, all shiny because I like shiny. And for Valley, Valley is actually really good. I love it. Most people don't read it. I didn't read it at first. It in the rear guard, he actually has an effect, a Generation Break 1. If he hits the opponent's Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 and bottom deck an opponent's front row. I really like that effect because I don't play Ragnarok. I actually play a few other cards, and I'll get to that right after the grade 0s. Starter, 5k base. Most important part about it. Starters with a 5k base are just stronger, especially going second, because you don't really want to just get 10k no passed when you boost your, let's say, 9k grade 2 with your 4k grade 3 searcher. You go 13 at, they're going second, 13 at their 9k Vanguard. They drop a 10k, say no pass, you drive check a crit, and then you cry. 5k also, makes those strides 31k, just in case they feel like guarding it. I do play a few on-hit strides instead. And he gets you a grade 3. He says, you will be able to stride a second time, is basically what this card says. 4 heals, because nobody would ever play less. This card, Heart Thump's amazing. The next turn, this allows you to push for anything. At any time, you call Heart Thump in front of a 7k grade 1, you just attack for 11, then you just suck it in with Chronojet, attack for that 21 unboosted, or even better, 26 with a boost, which is a 2 10ks, 1 to pass, and a lot of people don't feel comfortable doing that. Hitting 26 is really good on a next stage turn because it makes them have to drop 3 cards if they want to guard more than 1 to pass, minimum. And then I actually play 12 crit because this deck actually, because of the fact that I can get into that GG so quickly, and then I can actually recycle GG and use it again later if needed. If, let's say, I use a Heart Thump and my starter, I'll have enough for GG again. As well as, I don't really need the hand. I get a decent amount of hand just from GG and striding immediately. And it's very heavy pressure. And I used to play 10 crit 2 draw, but honestly, I just keep drawing the draws and never activate it. So I tried 12 crit. I've talked a lot with Domino Paris and Agent from Team No Guard. And Agent plays 12 crit actually too. And I love this guy's name. It's Lugal Banda. Kind of sounds like a virus. And the strides, a lot of controversy here. Most people don't play what I play. I play this, Epic Maker. Most people are like, no, Epic Maker's so bad. Epic Maker's so good. On hit pressure, amazing. Oh look, you hit. Okay, cool. I'm gonna bind the booster that attacked or something rested or whatever. Oh, upstream for 13 at Vanguard. Call GG at rest. Attack with this. If you hit, you bind the GG, and then you get a free attacking. It's another attack. I mean, especially against those more aggressive decks that'll have a full front row on you. By your first stride, oh well, they got a damage trigger. Attack a rear. Or maybe you attack up unboosted with upstream with a 7k, but unboosted with upstream.
Oh, you get a free card out of that.
You attack unboosted with upstream. This goes away, gets any grade 1, this proxy grade 1. Then this hits. You can put all trigger powers here and still have a line for this.
Really? And then GG comes back in.
And then GG comes right. You bind GG. So let's say you had 4 in the soul. You can actually activate GG again if needed. which actually has happened in a few games. I've used my starter in Heart Thump and double GG. It's yeah, it's on hit pressure. I really like on hit pressure. I like forcing my opponent to take attacks. Especially like, let's say they burn their counterblast, they have no open counterblasts. They need counterblasts to do what they need to do for that turn. Make them pay. Make them pay for trying to activate their effects by forcing them to take something and get more counterblasts. You might have been able to see it. I also play one Lost Age. Lost Age is another good first stride. These are usually my two first stride targets. Lost Age, especially if I ride Bally first, I don't get my free bottom deck with Chronojet. Well, not free, I don't get my bottom deck with Chronojet. On hit pressure, once again, and it allows you to keep up that momentum of bottom decking things, especially when you lose it because you have to use the counterblast for Bally. Again, remember, with the forcing them to take damage to activate their effects also comes into play here, which I love. I just like having, most of the time people will take the first stride, so why not make them pay for it? Get a little advantage going. Then I play two of the best stride kind of for them until this guy came. Fate Rider. Fate Rider is good at basically every point in the game. You want to do it first, your field's not good. Okay, cool. I'm going to turn this grade 0 into a grade 1, this grade 1 into a grade 2. Gets you any card in your deck. Oh look, I can get this 1-of. Turn my starter into a good booster for later. Turn my starter into a GG. Turn a grade 1 into a grade 2. Basically, let's say I had it, the Chronojet on flipper on the field. Okay, cool. I bottom deck something with Chronojet already. Now it doesn't do anything. Turn it into a Relic Master, and then Relic Master turns right back into it. Hey, look, and now I have it right back there for next turn. And then it can give 3k for every card face up. So let's say I go into this first, and this is face up in the G zone. This Relic Master becomes 16k unboosted, which is a great number. I love cards that can attack unboosted, and this lets me attack unboosted. And then if you really need to, I actually had a few games where I burned through all my counterblast and didn't have any way to unflip it. This is a late game push because I already did a next stage. And I basically had 3 face up. So +3, +3, +3 made this thing a 16, and then made this line bigger. And what's so good about these 4 cards, which are options of the first stride, is they don't counterblast. Like I said, I have a lot of counterblast issues, so because of Relic Master. So I like the freeness. I don't like round the clock. There's always going to be that guy that has that perfect. Yeah, it can win the game. Oh, they don't have it at 3. You get the crit, you win. I don't want to chance it. I don't want to make me reliant on that. Yeah, oh, look, they're at 2. If I go round the clock, I'll push them into next stage range. True. But there's always going to be that guy that has that perfect guard. And most people will guard the second stride anyway. The second stride is the one that's going to push you into the really critical damage, most likely. Either A, they're at low enough damage that they don't want to go high yet, or they're at high enough damage where they have to guard it anyway. The second stride is the most guarded stride out of them all. And then I play 4 next stage. And I got one from my friend and actually opened a secret pack myself, so I have 2 of the shiny ones.
Jerk.
Hey, I like swag.
Swag out, friend.
It's shiny!
Swag out.
You know how much it hurts me that I have a common amber in here?
I can give you mine.
No, Amanda has them. She just doesn't. 4 next stage. I mean, most people are like, oh, 2 round the clock. No. Next stage is the best card Gear Chronicle has ever gotten. You get 5 drive checks. 5 drive checks. 5 chances to hit a trigger. And 2 of those drive checks your opponent can only drop grade 0s for. Oh, look, you got a perfect guard? Sweet. Perfect guard the first one, take the second one, guard the rears. It's a pseudo restanding Vanguard. You know how good ThinkSaver is. This is a better version of ThinkSaver. Minus the sending cards back. But the strongest mechanic in this game is restanding. a restanding card or a pseudo restanding card, you have absolutely no reason not to play 4 of. I'm also very well experienced in going, oh, next stage, okay, cool, they perfect guard this one. Alright, take these 2, put them up, attack with Chronojet, no guard, no crit. Oh, the next turn comes around and I'm just like, well, what do I do now? I don't have much field now because I had to intercept, or they're playing a control deck, and I can't really do much. Oh wait, they're playing another next stage. Oh look, you're at 5. Sweet, next stage attacks. Oh cool, you guard it? Cool, Chronojet time. Finish. Maybe toss a crit in toss a hard thump in the soul for Chronojet, make that 21 unboosted. Next stage is a fantastic card, and that's basically the Gear Chronicle deck.
Alright guys, thank you Adam for doing this deck profile. I know you're very busy winning the night here. Guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know in the comment section below. If you want Adam here to do another deck profile, I know he's very famous for his Kagura, so we can get him back here to do 1 or 2 profiles on either of his Kagura decks. So guys, have a great day and be well.